Good evening. I'm David from PhotoPixel, and I'm here to make some games. Well, one game. So I'm working on my CommandBots game, and I might actually just try and update this here, because just this scene just does not have. Oops, that's not one. So I've just got a bit of a task list here, and I have not got it showing on here. So let me just add a application. Put the window capture. Okay. That seems to have automatically picked up what I wanted. So fantastic. Let's make that a bit bigger. And even bigger. And I think even bigger. And let me crop that a little bit. It's been a bit long since I messed with something in here. How do I crop? Do I add a filter? Anyway, feel free to have a read of that if you like while I get this sorted out. Okay, let me see. Is there an effect filter to crop/pad? Yes. All right. So top. I think that's working. Excellent. I'll just adjust the size of that a bit, and I should be able to. Yeah. Just get that adjusted. Because this looks like it has way too much padding. And that's too much. There we go, that should do. Alright, cool, we can make that a bit bigger. And why don't I just make myself a bit smaller, and away we go. Oh. I've selected the wrong thing. Stop having that selected. There. Alright. There we go, that looks good. Cool, yes, I'm working on the CommandBots game. I was working last time on setting up the victory condition. And so I've got a note there that I still need to debug why I wasn't seeing the logs for victory and game over. So I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but how interesting is I need a little bit more cropping on that side. Let me just adjust that. On the right, what do we think? How much more? There we go. That should give us a bit more size to that. Cool. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I've just mirrored that to here, but that's part of the basic gameplay loop. So once I've got that done, I'll set up a basic menu so it's possible to actually restart a game once you've hit a victory or game over. And then a bit of work to do on the enemy factories so that you can't actually control them, and then possibly so that they can have different difficulties by doing different things. This random movement is jiggling my tea bag, by the way. So nothing sus going on there. Tea bag's probably given me enough of its essence. All right, so let's jump across to that. Let's jump over here to development. Grab the magnifier up so that you don't have to have a 8K display to see what I'm doing. But yeah, basically last time I set up this game manager script. It doesn't do very much. It doesn't have a start or update at the moment. I'll comment those out. I think I might need one or the other of those sometime in the future. It's just a singleton. It's not actually using system, doesn't need that. It's just a singleton. It's got a reference to each of the lists of factories, friendly and enemy ones. And every time a factory is destroyed, it will let it'll be the factory will call this to report to the game manager that it has been destroyed, and then basically it just checks if there aren't any friendly factories left, then it's game over. If there aren't any enemy factories left, then it's victory. And so it'll just call these functions, which should just be logging one of these to-do messages. And my any factories left looks at the factories transform and gets the child count. If it's 0, then we know there aren't any left. If it's 1, then the one that's currently being destroyed might be there. So we can't be sure on basically until. Sorry, what am I saying? Yeah, if there's one left, but it is just the one that's being destroyed, then we know there aren't any left. So basically, if there is one left, but it's not the one being destroyed, then we have got some left, and otherwise we do have some left. So I think that wasn't showing up. So let me quickly just I'll just put a little bit of a log in here that says any factories left, and we'll just get the string of factories and destroyed. And I also want to grab that factory's child count. Oops. There we go. So that will let us have a little bit of visibility into what's going on here. I could use the debugger and see exactly what's going on. But anytime a factory is destroyed, we should see this twice because it'll have those two checks. Well, we'll see it once if we end up with a game over scenario. Otherwise, we'll see it twice. And then, yeah, so we'll either see it twice and then nothing, or see it twice and then victory, that log there, or we'll see it once and then game over. So let's just kick off that game, and I should actually adjust all of those enemy factories down to 1 hit point, like I did before. I'll do that. Yeah, actually I will stop that running. And I'll adjust all of these factories here. They should have a hittable object here, and so I'll just adjust that to have 1 hit point. And what else have they got? They should have here a routine. So let's give them all the routine of yeah, let's give them a routine. Turn left twice, and then walk forward multiple times. I think like 3. There we go. We give them all that routine. That should send all their robots straight back into the factory to explode. Not sure if they'll collide with the factory anymore. They used to. But they might just walk straight into that wall, and that'll give all of these a free run to go in and destroy them. So we can test this condition. I could also look at just adding a debug overlay that has a button to destroy all of those. But let me just get that console open and we'll see what gets logged. This looks like the first candidate to run into that. Okay, so we got, well, most of those just got destroyed. Oh yeah, by friendly fire, their own things running into them. I'm going to just pause there. So there are 8 factories there, 7 have been destroyed. And we can see the names here. Well, we've got factory 7 left, so it was, I think, factory, and then factory 1 through factory 7. So first of all, it checked in friendly factories when factory 3 was destroyed, and found 8. Child count was 8, which makes sense because this one was in the process of being destroyed, but it doesn't actually get destroyed until the end of the thing. And then, because we did have friendly factories left, it checked. Oh, sorry, there should be 8 friendlies because none of the friendlies are destroyed. Right. And then for the enemy factories, same thing, 8, because of that thing I was saying before. But then, when factory 1 got destroyed, it was still reporting a child count of 8. I have a feeling that I've dealt with this before. I have a memory of dealing with a child count that was just inaccurate. And I think I might have ended up just tracking the numbers separately from that. And I guess the problem here is we've got factory 1 calling, and I think these are all at basically the same time. Factory 6 calling. So we've got 8 and 7. So it's kind of ending up with 7 here, which makes sense there. But this is like all the enemy factories getting 7 at the same time, which is basically a problem with this code. This will deal with if there was only 1 left and it got destroyed by doing that, but it won't deal with if a bunch get destroyed in the same frame. So, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what the timing of that is, because it's basically there's a send message happening, which will inform the other inform other components that the hittable object has been destroyed. And then it's calling destroy. But then when is the send message running? Is that just synchronously? I think it might be. And that's where this will be running. Yeah, so child count. I might need to basically do the check after a short delay. That would possibly solve this issue. It would allow potentially like a little bit more to happen before that condition is met. What else is there? Let me just check something else here. So we've got a hittable object here. It will instantiate an explosion at its position. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I'm just thinking of what else could be going on in there potentially to give it different child counts. But it's definitely possible to have the last two things destroyed in the same frame, and then it would miss that condition. So I don't think that's quite working. Because calling destroy, that doesn't necessarily actually destroy it immediately either. But yeah, I'll have to rethink that slightly. All right, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I will count how many factories are destroyed. So on start for the moment, and I'll put this somewhere else. And let me use the right key shortcut for that. I'm going to call a method that doesn't exist yet, which is something like start level, something like that. So we'll just get that stubbed, generate that method, restart level, and all it's going to do is count a few things. So we're going to have an int friendly factories. And enemy factories. Friendly factories is going to equal. Oh, I've already got those names. Friendly factory count and enemy factory count. That is more specific anyway. And I'll just move these above there because should be at least up here. I don't mind being after the setup for singleton, but okay. So we'll use that child count, and hopefully that is going to be accurate at that point. So there, we'll start with that child count when we restart the level, and we've called that at the start of there. And so what will happen here is How do I check if something is a child? Oh yeah, I know. If I just go if destroyed factory.transform.parent is equal to friendly factories, then friendly factory count minus, yep. And then same thing for enemy factories. I'll change that one to enemy factory count. There we go. So now we're actually keeping track and adjusting those. And then if friendly factory count is equal to 0, game over. Okay, and I might say give victory priority if it's a tie. No, you have to strictly beat them. Oh, actually, it could be a draw. There, so if they're both equal 0, then we're going to say draw. I'll just say game over for now. And return, but I'll just put it to do draw instead. There we go. So yeah, we're doing just game over and return. And we shouldn't need any of this stuff. Alrighty. Oh, hey, Omega Killer. Sorry, I didn't see your messages there, and apparently this thing's not working. Or not worked. Let me just see what's going on. Yeah, it should have worked. I'll just try slightly moving this and see if it fits the condition. Interesting. Oh, stream's dropping frames, hey? Oh, cool. It's okay now. Cool. How long ago was that? A few minutes. Ugh. Yeah, I need to definitely set up something better because that pixel notifier is supposed to be making noises when stuff appears here. And it just hasn't. I wonder if it's just getting unlucky and hitting in between those things. I guess if I move it up or down slightly, it should hit that condition. Or maybe it's like the monitors are no longer configured properly. Anyway, how did it get so warm in here? It was so cold before. Oh well, that's fine. It could be that I'm just drinking warm tea and wearing some warm stuff. Anyway, I'll continue with this or it'll take too long. Oh yeah, I didn't actually even get to the point of, there we go, that last one's been destroyed. And we are getting 1, 8 and a 1. So that, I think, should have hit that condition for victory anyway. Because it was 1. Oh, I got it. It was, I think the child gets the transform, right? Yeah. So it wasn't going to, a factory was never going to equal a transform. So that was the issue there. Anyway, this is better because now if a bunch of them get destroyed in one frame, they'll still be, it'll still keep track of that properly, which is sort of basically what happened there. and had that one been destroyed at the same time, it would have also hit that. So let's see if that works now. I'll let that recompile. And then just get that magnifier out of the way. Then, once that's working, I can add a basic menu and allow restarting the game. So I think I'll have to stop those enemy factories actually getting destroyed. Just disable them. Oh. Switch case for handling executions. Let's see, where are we looking? Just here? So this is an alternative way to write switch statements in C#. So instead of writing like switch something and then like case 0 colon case 1 colon, then yeah, you can basically just right. So there are a few things about this. So this form, the other form, let's do the other form up here, which would be just case, sorry, not case, geez. Let me get it right here. Switch factories child count. And parentheses around that. And then we need like case 0 and yeah, it could basically go return false. So you don't need to break if you return, because return will exit everything, including the function. There we go. So you'll notice in this one I have to return something to get it on one line. There you go. So there's like a standard case statement. Can it do more than one line? Good question. Well, anyway, like if I wanted to actually like set a value, like that's if I'm just returning something, but you can see like this switch statement itself doesn't evaluate to anything. So I can't say something equals that. So basically that means that, well, both of these statements, this is the only one that is an expression, whereas this one doesn't evaluate to a value. So you have to actually, like if you want to use this to set a value of a variable, then you need to do like that in here. And I guess we could do a boolean here, and then you have to break, or it's going to just fall through to the next case, which you might want it to do as well. But in this case, I don't. So it ends up being more verbose for that reason. Breaks, no break. And then have the equals. It ends up being much more verbose, so that's a lot more concise. And this, let's look that up, hey? What's my calendar? Where I have that open? Wrong browser window. Close that. Okay. So C#. Switch expression. It's probably a better docs page, but Let's have a look at that. Pattern matching. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. It is like these are patterns, which is why I can do a underscore here, which is like just anything matches that. Haskell has really good pattern matching. So that means that this doesn't have to be a value necessarily, like in a case statement where it has to just be something that exactly matches something. In this case, it's being used like that, but I believe that you can do more. So that's a constant pattern. A discard pattern, so that's what underscores do. They like just, yeah, anything here will do, but I don't need to capture it for that expression. And here, I believe we've got, so here we go, look, we've got some patterns here. So we've got a case here where x is 0 and y is 0 in this thing, some kind of vector with two values. And then we've got x, if x and y were anything other than 0, then they're going to be output to these x and y vars if this condition's met. Now the thing turns up, now that it's now that the chats have got down to like there. Yeah, so basically it's going to match this pattern. So that could have, a constant value and a variable to capture. But then basically you have these values inserted into these variables when you're in this expression. And then, yeah, you've got these guards that can constrain the value in some arbitrary way using logic, which is cool. And then here we've got, yeah, that's just going to capture them with no constraints, so that'll grab whatever exhaustives. Yeah, sometimes you want non-exhaustive switch expressions, switch statements. But most of the time when switches are non-exhaustive, in my experience, it's because it takes time to write the rest of the cases and people don't want to, because it takes, too much brain. Yeah, it's pretty cool, worth having a read about. I'll drop that in the chat in case anyone's curious. Yeah, C# pretty cool. It's not as cool as Haskell, but you can't choose Haskell for Unity. So yeah, but definitely, I think this is something that came from Haskell or came from wherever Haskell got it from. But yeah, that's a good thing about C# is they do add really nice syntactic sugar to the language for things that do improve quality of life somewhat. Now, let me get this out of here because I don't need that for this code to work. What have I done here? I should have basically just let that reload, and that code that I've got now should be able to give us a victory or fail condition, victory or game over. We should hit a victory because all the factories have 1 hit point. I'm going to make that smaller so that we can get a bigger game going here. And I think most of these will get destroyed when their robot walks out, turns around, and I see that one hits the wall there, so it doesn't destroy it. So then it's got to wait for this one to laser it. Come on, Boop, you can help. Oh, I know what to do to make that. Okay, so we should have got we got a victory right there. Sweet, nice victory. All right. Well, now let's grab these factories. No, we'll grab the friendly factories. Let's get a game over to happen. So we'll just give all of them 1 hit point and give all of them a About face. Oops, that's malfunction. Double turn left. Double walk forward. That should destroy most of them. And then we'll make sure that these ones are not going to do that. We'll just give them... Let's just put walk forward up here. And just remove the rest. Oh, didn't stay as a walk forward. There we go. And then also, just get our little friend here. Get Boop. And you can... Oh, does Boop have... Oh yeah, Boop's got a routine in here. Walking forward and lasering, hey? Let's just do... More laser. Just having a little look at here. That point has a shield. Let's get that off there. Let's grab a couple of other things. I'll grab some part preverbs for laser guns. And we'll give you some of those. It's not on the mount point. There you go, pop it on the mount point. I'm just going to remove that because it probably got the wrong position. Just pop it on the arm. And why don't we give you a laser gun for legs too? Just because we don't have to follow the rules here. And we'll just get you rotated around the Z-axis 180. And looks good. Finally, Boop's got some artillery, some power. What's going on? Your laser shooting is not working? Oh, yeah. Even though I put those parts on, I don't think Boop actually has got a blueprint going on there. Oh, these guys can't turn around. Wrong kind of legs. Oh, oops, they still have 1 hit point. Anyway, this might work. I might have to just give these guys some standard legs so they can turn around. And that one, standard legs as well. And what's going on here? Oh, you're just not turning properly. That's all right, I think this guy will have it under control. So we should see a game over. Did we? I don't think we saw a game over there. Oh, what am I talking about? I was only looking at this factory and it got destroyed. Oh yeah, those two don't have enemies to destroy them anymore. I think that's fine. I think we just need to get these to walk forward a long way. And then they need to turn right, forward. Oops, one of those. Left, and then start lasering. That might do the trick. Well, I missed with that one, but it's probably almost on track to hit that. So yeah, they're getting that weird movement thing, which I'll need to fix at some point. where the rotation is not quite the required amount. But surely this one, oh, nearly. Someone could get that factory. Okay. Let's put this one here. But go that far and then turn left and right. Get rid of that. Couple of laser shots. See how that goes. Someone's got to get this factory. I starting to think it might have been quicker to just add a debug button that destroys them. Ah. Someone just immediately gone to half hit points. Hey, what did you do? You don't need a shield. I'll give you a couple of lasers. And well, the factory's got plenty of metal actually. It's probably going to be. Oops, wrong way. Yes, that's the wrong way. There. Oh. Okay, how's that one going? Is it doing... I don't think it's quite going to get up high enough, but it might. No, not quite. Need it to go forward less first. Oh, it's ended up facing like slightly down. The left turn's different angle from the right turn. You there, factory. How about you go here? Oh, destroyed. To do, implement game over. That worked. Test complete. So there we go. Victory and game over are being triggered correctly. So I'm going to say that's basically done. I better just check in that code and we'll get rid of this stuff that we don't need here. And we don't actually need that. So get rid of that. Not using update right now. And that'll need some updating in the near future, but not yet. That's fine. Cool. So what do we got here? We updated game manager. Hasn't quite caught up with the fact that that's been removed. There we go. And it's looking pretty decent. What did I do last time? I did adding that. And so this is just, fix factory counting the victory condition. And just realized something I need to check that I should have checked when I heard there were any issues with the stream. So let me have a quick check of that. Just making sure properly. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, if it's fine now, then I'll leave it. But yeah, left a VPN connected. So but I'll be reducing bandwidth. So kind of good to know that the stream kind of works anyway, but not surprised that there would have been some frame issues. I think this thing over here tells me about my drop frames. Ooh, nasty. I have a feeling if I disconnect the VPN that is currently connected that the stream might drop out. Shall I try that and see if it improves anything? I don't know. Unrelated to the thing. There are vitamins here that I'm having. Routine vitamin supplementation is not particularly evidence supported. They're only useful if you have a deficit of some kind. But I'm trying to repair some stuff, so it doesn't hurt to make sure I've got enough. I know we're hanging around anyway. Yes, I'll leave the VPN going unless there are any major issues with the stream dropping out. And just set a reminder for myself not to leave it on next time. Anyway, no current task, so I will need to get the next thing, setting up the basic menu. Now, I know I can copy like I can make a mirror of this, but I think there's a way to do a mirror search. Let me look that up because that'd be cool to start using that. It'll be slower this time and quicker next time. Okay, this is somebody asking for that feature. Yeah, I thought I saw it earlier today, and then I thought I would try it, but let's not do that right now. It's just like mirror, which is like that, and I can put that there, and now it's a live mirror of that, and just do that so that it's more visible. Yeah, so setting up that basic menu. What am I going to do here? I need to basically... It's getting late and I'm a bit tired, so I'll just make some specific sub-items here. So I probably need to create just a dialog canvas. A menu. Do I want to stop the game from running in the background? I guess probably. I need to write a function. Yeah, write a method. Game manager. Let's start a new game. Okay, so there's some basic steps I can do to get that working. So, those factories there, and boop. Okay, so I want basically a UI panel. Yeah, let's grab a UI panel here, and where do we go? Where has it added that? I kind of wanted it to go in a new canvas, but it's just automatically popped it into an existing canvas. That's my panel. It's gone into there. Let's delete that panel and start again with that. Let's create the canvas manually. Canvases will be automatically created. End game menu. Panel. Let's call it end game panel canvas. Oh, let's just call it end game canvas. And now we'll make the panel in there. And that canvas is screen space, overlay. So let's, why don't I just go like that? See, we've got our canvas here, we've got our panel, which is just stretch to fill. That seems fine. Can make that opaque. I'm not going to do any particular design on this. I'll just basically get it working. Say game panel. And let's just do a text. It says you win. And there could be another text that says you lose. But we'll just do you win for now. I'll just center that. And make the font big-ish. I could make it more generic. Game ended. Very exciting stuff there. That's probably good. Why don't I just stretch it that way? Is there a way to do 50% at the bottom? So that if that were to resize, it wouldn't do that. No, I don't think so. Let me undo whatever that was. Oh yeah, I said I wasn't going to do any design, didn't I? So I'll just do it like that. So then we do something like that. I'm sure there's I could just make this into like a flex layout box or something. Anyway, game ended. That's nice and generic. And we'll need a button. The button will be named very excitingly. I'll call it play again button. And also some text on there that is play again. I'll do an exclamation mark so we know it's exciting. And right now I've got nothing that I can hook that onto. Just grab that play again button, and the text already been centered for me. Yes, it has. Good. Text needs to be bigger. Like that. Wait, auto size. Too big. Not enough padding. Okay, no need for auto size right now. We'll just make it that big. And I'll make not that, but the button itself a bit wider. And pop that in the center. And make sure that's positioned relative to the bottom. That'll do. I think that is adequate. Nice and generic. All right, to what are we going to call? Pretty much just make another public void. I'll just call this play again. Literally what it says on the button. Go, and actually for victory or game over, I'll pretty much want to grab that panel. Serialize field. Game object. There we go. That's an end game panel. So for these, we pretty much will just show yes, active, true. Might be a bit more to do there, but this one of the things that I should do is hide that panel. I might want to actually make a script for this so that it can handle displaying victory or not, and or calling the game manager when a button is clicked. But I'll hold off on that for now. But if I'm adding settings for game difficulty, then I'll definitely want something to handle that. Anyway, so now we should have everything kind of wired up, and all it's going to do is show and hide this menu. Just waiting for that to do that. And I might actually grab my factories here, most of them, and just disable them. It's a little bit of fiddliness getting them re-enabled. Sorry, getting them recreated if I actually destroy them. But if I just have one factory on each side, then that one's got one hit point. I'll give this one more than one. Oh, apparently we won't give it more than one. Stream's lagging a lot, hey? Ah, man. Wish I had turned that VPN off. I don't actually need it. How much have I got left? I don't know what the UI looks like if the stream drops and then reconnects. But I'll try it. So, hang tight. I will try. Yeah, that's not enough frames. Just in case the audio is bad. There we go. I'm turning off the VPN. And we'll just, hopefully, you'll be able to reconnect. So, see you on the other side. Do some of this. And, okay, we're back up live again. So, hopefully that just has us back on stream again. And I was about to just set the hit points higher on the friendly factory so we can test the game over condition first. Oh, and we did grab that end game panel. Wait, I need to put the play again button on the end game panel. It's not on that at the moment. There we go. All right, so now I can disable that panel, but I can also get the game manager and make sure that it has that panel set there. Oh. That's triggering again. All right. So what have we got going on here? That one's building quicker than that. Just make sure that one's going to just like turn. Sweet. VPN's gone, stream is up. Oh, I should get that to try and destroy its own factory. Like so. It's not turning far enough. Let's get another turn. There we go. Oh yeah, of course, I forgot something. I forgot to do something. It's counting these even though they're not enabled. So I can't just do child count is there such a thing? You can do child count, and you can do get child for each child index. So I can basically just iterate through them and check if they're enabled. But count only active childs. Yes, that would be the type of thing. Just seeing if there's a quick way to do it. Just a for each. Child came on checked active self is what we want. So yeah, we'll just grab a no for each. So given a container, we'll just do child container. What's this giving us? Is that in? I wonder why that's not recognizing that the type that those will be. Oh well, let's specify. Let's see what happens. No, don't correct that for me. Okay, so that should do it. Yeah, I could make an extension method like they say. That's basically just a matter of like putting that extension method inside. You pretty much like redefine like more of the class, or is it the way? The extension methods are not actually living inside the class. They're just a method that takes an argument of the type that you're interested in. So it doesn't have access to any private members or anything. It's just a way to basically have a syntactic sugar for like a function that takes a particular thing as its one of its arguments, like its first argument, and then but you have syntax to call it on the type that it's an extension of. which is pretty cool. Anyway, we don't want to do child count. We want active child count of friendly factories and of enemy factories. So that should now work, and then I don't have to recreate all of those factory instances and get them all positioned and everything by hand. Although I think I might need some code sometime soon that can do some stuff, do some setup with those factories, even if it's just re-enabling them and maybe tweaking some of their production rates or hit points or something. So now are we going to end up with something that works or not? Let's just see. Oh, really? I've got that one turning around. Oh, at least I've got lots of hit points. Let's get this one to turn around. And then I'll walk forward. I'm not sure what's going on with that angle, but let's give it another turn. Just to get it to turn further. And don't need any of that stuff. You're not going to use it. Game ended. Sweet. Console tells us that that wasn't a victory. We hit play again. Did anything happen? Nope. Did I wire up that button? Probably also nope. Let's just get that panel working so we can see the button. And on click, we will grab Game Manager and call Game Manager dot play again. Okay, that's better. Oops. Panel, please. Okay. So now we should be able to achieve kind of a looping around with the menus at least. I did that. Canvas is created. We'll give that one. Is it going to need 3 turns again? Or is this going to just make it go off on some weird direction? Okay, game ended. Sweet, so we got to do victory, so yep. Okay, play again has been clicked. And Blueprint Editor is still open. Probably good to close that. So where will that go? That'll go somewhere in restart level. Okay, so I just want to hide Blueprint Editor. If it was shown. Here's the Blueprint Editor. Does that have anything that we can... Why did you leave? I wanted you to stay in the tabs. Okay. Now, does this have anything that would allow us to show or hide it? Just by talking to this component as a singleton? It does have an instance. But no, it looks like not. So this button over here, though, well, it'll be, it's in the routine editor actually. Blueprint editor button. What is that doing? That's calling. Oh, cool! I've got a toggle game object active script that I made. So I can call that on the blueprint editor. So it's just toggling it open or closed. So that's so that I can put it in this on click of the button. But is that useful to me here? I'm just trying to get the game manager to hide it. I'm just trying to see whether it's doable without having to actually like wire up all that stuff, but it doesn't really matter if I do wire it all up. Yeah, cool. So let's just grab blueprint editor as well. I'll grab the toggle game object active in that actually. So let me stop that for the moment. And so now I'm going to have game manager and actually save that. We should end up with the place to put blueprint editor. Just looking at this button here. What is it? What's that? That's that blueprint editor right there. Cool. There we go. So that's right up in there. So now we should be able to do blueprint editor dot toggle active. Wait, does toggle active take no arguments? Yeah, so I don't actually want to do toggle active. I want to specifically set make sure that it's hidden, which means I could just have that as a game object, really. And I don't need to do .game object because that will just return itself. So yeah, we want to make sure that's hidden. We'll do those things. And what have I got right now when you do play again? Is closing that because you've clicked play again. That makes sure that's closed. So yeah, we need to here. There are a couple of changes I need to make that this restart kind of work. How long have I got? A little while. So basically, hittable object at the moment is destroying the game object. So just here, game object just dot destroy. So let's not do that. So that means nothing's going to get destroyed now. It's just going to get a killed message. And that killed message is being essentially sending that message kills, calls this method on every other game object, sorry, any other mono behavior that is attached to to the same game object. So that would still destroy it if I put that there. But instead, you just deactivate it. And what did hittable object do there? It makes the explosion. And it's not making a cool noise yet, but it's sending the killed message. So now basically we're missing this from, oops. We're missing this from robot, because that's our main other hittable object. And unfortunately, this is a void method. We don't get anything back from it, so we don't know if it was, if anything got triggered, because it'd be kind of nice if the it'd be nice. That's even broader, isn't it? Goes to its children as well. Yeah, it'd be nice if we knew if anything had actually heard the message, because then if something hadn't heard the message, we could just do the default behavior of destroying the game object. But that's fine, because I can probably make a generic script that just does the does that thing. So what I was about to do was going to robot and implement killed and have it do that destroy. But I think I can do that in a much more general way. So I'll do it rather than add more functionality into that robot script. I'll just do script here for basically pop this script on if you want it to destroy when killed. Okay, we won't need much in here. Void object destroy object. I don't think I need it to be prefixed with game object to get game object destroy. Anyway, I think I can do a quick little summary here. So yeah, add to a hittable object to make it be destroyed. It's killed. He runs out of hit points. There we go. So now I can grab that script, pop it on my robot in the prefab, and I believe the shield also is relevant. Let's just grab this robot. Yeah, it's a hittable object. Oh yeah. This thing should require component. There. Because it doesn't strictly need that. Like it'll still just sit there and work. If anything, sends a killed message. But I think this way, that way if you add that on, what is that doing? It destroys itself after a delay, which you can give it. Oh yeah, that's probably for the explosion. Anyway, destroy when killed is what we want. Let me click back on that robot. Just put it next to hittable object here. Destroy when killed. That should be that one, and we've also got the shield prefab. That's a hittable object. It's a hittable activatable part. Which means that its child is a hittable object. What does that mean? What does hittable activatable part do? I know I just wrote that recently, but okay, that's the thing that looks for the hittable object in its children. And if it doesn't find it, then it's broken. Otherwise, it looks for if it's got not enough hit points. Cool. Yeah, so I think that's fine. I think that will be fine with that script. There. I mean, I could make a separate script even for factory. Could I? Maybe. Pretty much. But anyway, not too important. But okay, what have we got now? So now factories will become not enabled, whereas everything else that was destroyable before should still be able to be destroyed. And so that means here we pretty much just need to go and I don't even need that active child count, or I'm not going to need it because this is going to reactivate them. Let's say this here is going to so we'll grab a transform and yeah, exactly like before, we'll just iterate through those. And set active. Done. Okay, set up enemy factories. That's without changing any difficulty. Oh, that won't be quite enough. Because we don't just want to enable them. I think I will rename this basically reset all factories. Factory children. So each of those. Oh, is that the way to do it? Thing is, we probably want to just do container components and children. Do that. We basically need to make sure that the factory has all of its resources reset. I don't know, do this as comments here. Hey? Need to like reset build progress. Factory. Enable game object. And I guess also like, actually if we can call any of those when we can call a method on there or anything before it's enabled actually, so maybe that's first. We'll probably like set or reset routines and blueprints. At least in enemy factories. That might be different per factory type. Yes, I guess we probably just need the factory because we can access the game object from that. So I might not need to do it like that. Okay, so now we have a array of factories, do we? Oh, is that going to give us active or not? So, pool include inactive, true. Yeah, so that'll give us all of them, including inactive. There, okay, so we need to do I have a way to reset resources and everything? I think I just need to call it like reset. And then I need to define what reset means. So let's generate that method. And I might just rename that to factory. And I might rename that to factories. Because it's just what they are. Yeah, that looks pretty sensible. Reset more factories in children. So these are the things that that should do. Okay, so we'll just jump over to there. Put that in there. And then do it. What's that doing there? Okay, reset all resources. So that pretty much should mean, oh, we got reset build progress already. Oh. Yep. Nope. Your fingers are not accurate enough for us to give you autocomplete for that anymore. How dare you even consider it? How dare you press Shift N by mistake? All right. So I've only got less than 10 minutes left of the stream. Can I get this fully working? I'm showing that dialogue now. I'm writing the method to start a new game. I've attached the play button to that method. Okay, yeah, I haven't done anything to make them not controllable yet, but at least I might be able to get the restart happening. And I might actually push out a build if I can get that going soon enough. So let me keep on with this. So we've got all of these rates, but it's really just, yeah, we've got these default parts. We've got this blueprint, which starts out as a new one, and I think just return that, but here on start we've got this, so I'll extract that out. I've got to get those resources reset too, but let's just start with extracting a method here, and this is set default blueprint parts. There we go, so I should be able to do that down there as well. So we've got generate income. I might make also do like a, that doesn't need that there, does it? We get the private keyword, which is just obsolete there. Why are you doing this? Oh, you're offering to do the same thing that you just saw me doing. Getting rid of private keywords. Well, very nice of you. So I'll just do another void here. Reset resources. So that's just going to basically, so build progress is like build progress, metal and energy and build. So I believe we want current energy equals 0, current metal equals 0. Are there any other resources? I don't think so. So that's, I don't know if that's enough lines to justify, but at least it now kind of just says what it does, so I don't even need those comments. We're doing set default blueprint parts, but I think it might be good, a good idea to just zero out all of the others. I set that up so you can do that. Let's see if it correctly gets the correct type. Yes, it's a mount point with a part. Default left arm is a RoboPart. Oh, is that something that you can do? Doesn't actually help me, does it? Having the part there. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I know. Instead of doing it a stupid way, I'm not going to type very well. Let's just do it the non-stupid way and just make a new one and then set the default parts in there. There we go. Done. Oh, good morning in Brazil. Not looking very morningy around here. In fact, it's almost time for me to go to bed. Just in a few minutes. I'm going to do with the routine. I'll just leave the routines alone for now. But I hopefully will just get this working to like restart your game. There we go. So now we've got that reset implemented. Let's just make it public. Don't need to mess around with internal. So let's try getting that working, which means we might end up with everything re-enabled. We'll find out soon. How quick or slow was I on that message? A bit slow, Gyro Matthias. I'm sure my pronunciation is not so good because I do not have an appropriate accent for Portuguese. I guess it's not like Portuguese, right? Brazilian Portuguese. It's the national language. So, if I was smart, I would have learned what Brazilian Portuguese is called in Brazilian Portuguese. Okay, now. Oh, something's broken. Yeah, do assign a blueprint editor. Oh, yeah, I changed the type. Close to the line with getting this feature working. Okay, game manager. Meet blueprint editor because I just changed it from one of behaviors to the object itself. Okay, what have we got? Yes, we have robot build progress happening. Wait, do I have any code? Oh, I'm not re-enabling them, am I? Yeah, that's not going to work. I forgot. I might actually just make sure that's before. So I'll activate it, reset the factory. Hopefully before I can spawn anything if it was just about to. Aha. I don't just have broad general knowledge. One of my first professional programming jobs was in translation tooling. So we had a team of translators who were our main users. So we just needed to like go down to the level below if we wanted to talk to them. Very nice situation to have direct access to your users. I should flip Boop up the other way. No, you got the lasers, but you don't know how to make them work. Yeah, so part of that definitely seems to be working because all of these factories are re-enabled. Well, interesting. I think I set it up so that friendlies couldn't collide with their own factories, did I? Or did they just miss? I think they might have just missed. Like just the collider for the factory. I'm going to have a quick look at that because it will make more sense to me, I suspect. Okay, there we go. That should be the collider, right? Yeah, so there's our collider. Not sure why that's missing actually, because they should be hitting. Anyway, I'll just do the old trick of moving the factories around. So if we want this factory to, well, that one's going to get destroyed all on its own. This one, on the other hand, is having a bit of trouble. So let's take that factory and we'll just move it, right? There we are. Into harm's way. And you. Just do the same. Yeah, wait until after it spawns something. Oh, that one's got 1,000 hit points. 750 now, but let's get that down to 7. Should be a bit better. There we go, game ended. So we lost, game over. Doesn't say game over specifically here, but I can fix that up later. All right, that button, I got play again clicked, but it clearly did not actually make play again happen. Did I forget to make that do the thing? Play again clicked. Good. Restart level, that's what I need to call here. Okay. Let's get those quickly destroyed again, and then I really need to wrap up the stream. I probably should have already, but hard to resist just getting it working. Because then I can do a build as soon as I stop the stream, because the build would kill the stream. All right. So let's try for getting these things destroyed. That one's got too much hit points still. That's factory 1. Let's get that top one. Move that there so that go a bit quicker. Let's just put those there, and also just boom. Game has ended. I better put this back where it was, actually. That's where it was. Now, play again. That's not where it was. No, there, got it. Oh yeah, didn't reset the hit points at all. Something I forgot. And we reset them. We have to do that. We have to reset it, and also we need to reset the hittable object, which we don't have. So, real quick, implement reset. Hit points equals max hit points. Anything else? Health bar is attached. We need to update the health bar. There, that should reset it. Right, whether or not this works, I have to finish up. When it's so close. Oh. Good question. It's a maybe. Basically, my plan this year is to just make a bunch of games. If any of them like really capture my interest in a big way, or get a lot of traction, if they're popular with people, then yeah, I might continue developing them, get them more polished, and sell them. Or if they just get to that point where I could, then I will. So, but yeah, I'm mainly making them for fun. At the moment, it's just sort of a hobby. But yeah, I definitely would like to get my main income from making games. At the moment, I'm just a senior developer making regular old non-game software, which is it pays consistently, which is nice. Let's get this game over happening quicker. Just move these. Let's move those down. That one there dodged something, maybe. Move that down so that it can. There we go. Oh, that's right. I forgot again about the 1,000 hit points. Get down to 1. Yeah, we've got to stop that thing there. Okay, let's as soon as it spawns something, let's just shift it up into the path of that one. Boom. Okay, game ended. It was a game over according to this. Now what do we get? No, no. They haven't been reset, have they? So that's definitely saved. That is not saved. Yeah, definitely should make a debug button that just destroys all the factories now. I'm confident that will work now that I've actually saved that script. So I have to end the stream, but I will make a build. Hopefully the build isn't completely broken. But if it is, I'll fix it in the next one. So let me set that up. There we go. We're going to do that each build. And I'll get my little dialogue here. And as soon as I hit that, the build will start. So I have to dash. Thank you for watching. Yeah, thanks for the questions. Still need to get that chat notification noise fixed up because it has not been very reliable. But at least it's something. And I'll see you in the next one in, I don't know how long, a few days probably. Bye for now. Oh, and by the way, that's where you want to go for the build. The link's in the description as well. Adios. Oh, that's Spanish. Wait, what's Portuguese? I'll have to study up again. It's been a while.